Hey guys, Phase 4 tier list, and yes, Ant-Man is out. Phase 5 is starting. Phase 4 is kind of old news, so there's really no point in me like putting everything in this video, which, you know, these are genuine opinions. Don't get that wrong. Like, I've watched these movies across the last week. I gave them all fair chances and made like genuine opinions. Don't worry. But either way, Phase 5 is starting, so let's just kind of speed run through this. So first, Black Widow. Now, first of all, respect Scarlett Johansson. OG Avenger, OG MCU character. You know, this is it. Black Widow's dead. This is your chance to tell a Black Widow story. You can tell any story, and I think they told the wrong story. But the movie wasn't that bad. For one, it was pretty boring. And here's the thing, honestly. Like, this is kind of what I figured out with what I hate in stories that's super popular. I hate when emotional drama is more important than stakes to these stories. Like, there is no way Black Widow can't just call up Iron Man to help her, all right? Like, I just hate that, okay? It's way worse than Infinity War. Like, there's no way Iron Man is hesitating to call Captain America when Thanos arrives, right? I just hate it when personal issues are just more important than actual stakes. Like, the reality is, that's unnatural, okay? That would never happen. But yeah, overall, this movie is kind of boring. And I mean, yeah, that's about it. So I would put it in D tier. Next up, Shang-Chi. This is a bad movie. And I would chop it up to just bad characters, honestly. Shang-Chi, for one, he's not cool. And that's kind of, that sounds weird, but it's a genuine criticism. And you know why I'm saying this, okay? He's a trained assassin, right? But why does he act so not like an assassin? The villain, the Mandarin, pretty cool, but honestly, not very... honestly, I did like the motivation. I thought he was the best part about the movie, but it felt kind of wasted, honestly, for this movie. But yeah, overall, this movie is just, I don't know. Spider-Man No Way Home, I already reviewed. It's a 7 out of 10, good movie. Eternals is an underrated masterpiece, dude. This is the bet. No, I'm just kidding, it's trash. It's genuinely one of the worst experiences I've ever had watching a movie. Like, I don't really look out for bad movies, so maybe it's not one of the worst movies of all time, but guys, the thing about movies is that it's all about enjoyment, all right? You're gonna give up 2 hours. How much do you enjoy those 2 hours? That's how I rate movies. Obviously, I love characters, themes, stuff that makes me think. But even though this movie isn't written like the worst I've ever seen, it is so goddamn boring. Okay, the action is fine. That's pretty much it. I would say it's like actually like ass, like the worst MCU movie. And I mean that genuinely.
Enough.
Doctor Strange. And I actually like Doctor Strange. I still like it. When I first saw it, I thought it was pretty dumb, but I gave it a 6 out of 10. This time, I feel pretty much the same way. It is so refreshing to see like the good camera work from Raimi, good pacing, good focus on Doctor Strange as a character himself. Wanda was pretty cool too. I didn't actually hate American Chavez as much as I did the first time. Like, she went from being like one of my least favorite characters ever to like just fine. You know, I didn't find her to be that bad. It's kind of a weird, goofy adventure, but it's still that, you know, I still enjoyed it. It's a pretty good ride. It's definitely not a 7, it's like a 6, but you know, it's a good movie. That's all I can say. It's a good movie. And then Thor Love and Thunder, infamous movie. But guess what, guys? I actually liked it a lot more than the first time. The first time I gave it a 3 out of 10, literally made one of the worst videos I've ever made, just ranting about it. The first thing about it is that sometimes it's not really written that well. The humor, I honestly didn't even care that much about the humor. I just chalked it up to just bad writing at moments. But honestly, I did find like Thor and Jane to kind of have an engaging relationship in this movie. Even though it wasn't the most well written, the themes that are presented are still good, like with Gore and, you know, his quest. I liked him a lot more as a villain than the first time. But there is so much dumb shit that it just kind of weakens stuff, like Jane literally just getting revived in Valhalla 5 seconds after dying. So overall, I did actually enjoy parts of this movie. I didn't think it was a good movie necessarily, but yeah, I would give it like a 5 out of 10 from 3 to a 5. So yeah, not bad.
I'm dying. She would have no one. She would be alone.
And then guys, finally the last movie, Wakanda Forever. And here's the thing about Ryan Coogler. Whoa, that was actually racist. Or not even racist, just fucking weird. But here, guys, Ryan Coogler. He is very good at introducing culture into movies, and that is something I appreciate. So in turn, every time I watch this dude's movies for the first time, I just like the culture aspect of it. Okay, the first time I liked the African stuff. This time I really like the Aztec stuff. But then it feels like on rewatch, you just kind of look past it, right? And then you actually have to watch the movie, and then you can really see how good of a movie it is. And this movie is not good. First of all, Riri Ironheart is one of the worst characters I've ever seen. One of the worst implementations I've ever seen. I do not know why she's in this story. Namor was another villain like the Mandarin that I really thought I liked, but honestly, it all comes down to execution. I didn't think he was written that well, so this movie has too much dumb shit for me to actually like it. I didn't enjoy that much, so I'll say it's like, yeah, it's worse than Shang-Chi, honestly. It's not really that good. Alright guys, so I just realized this freaking list didn't even have like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Might be missing something else too. But I don't know, you can probably guess the right order. But yeah, this is the tier list. Not much to say. I guess I didn't rank phase 3, so maybe I should talk about that. Well, actually, I don't really want to talk about it, but yeah.